Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today is March 11, 2026. Long time no see, folks. I hope everything is working fine for you. Um, and I'm sorry that I have been away for so long because I am also dealing with a lot of things that I have to deal with. And fortunately, gratefully, today I have a moment that I can make a video. And I appreciate that you're here to share this moment. So today I'm gonna talk about Melania Trump, uh, her 12-month forecast from March 2026 to February 2027. So the way I'm gonna do this video is first, this spread is about our intentions, the intentions that it is auspicious for us to focus on, and the area that is not auspicious to focus on. And I did this spread after all the other spreads. So usually I don't have this kind of intention spread, but for some reason today I feel like we need to be more concerned about our intentions in reading her energies, because we might not be wise enough to interpret her life. And yeah, so in the following screens, uh, you will see cards that are duplicating, and they appear in different spreads, but they are the same cards. So in that case, you will know that is actually a significator about something significant that will happen in her life during that particular time, the month. So I can fast forward for you right now. You understand what I mean. So first of all, the main idea of this read is about the Wheel of Fortune, and you will see Wheel of Fortune later. Hermit is the energy that we should focus on this read. It is about someone who is seeking for something, be wise about something. And the Nine of Pentacles is about fruitfulness, fruition, and having the luxury. That's the energy that we should not focus on. So in general, I have a feeling that uh, she's gonna do something significant, and it's actually very wise for her to do it, and we will know about it somehow. But then after she's done with the hard work, she will have some time of luxury and good times. And this spread is telling us to not focusing on, oh, that lady's having a good time, but rather we should focus on something that she's actually doing or she will be doing. I haven't dived into what she's gonna do. I will, but at the moment, this is a general perspective that I hope this read can focus on, and I will come back to this spread, but I feel like I have to address this first. Um, so for the Hermit energy, okay. So why we need to know about the Hermit energy is about Star. Star is about healing. But anyway, I will come back to this because I want to show you that um, the significators. So the general spread is the Celtic spread, which is the one that I'm showing you now, and the Wheel of Fortune is crossing it. Definitely, we have to be concerned about the Wheel of Fortune, which is about the change of status or change of something very major in her life. So March, April, May, June, we haven't seen the significator yet. But then in October this year, we see the Hermit. So something very significant um, is going to happen to her in this October, because we do see the Hermit energy um, at the very first of this read. But her Hierophant energy is also very significant because it happens two times. In 2 months, there will be something very significant about the Hierophant. Okay. And then December this year, there will be the Wheel of Fortune. So Wheel of Fortune is also something that we have to concern about. Um, so so in the next 12 months for Melania Trump, December 2026 will be a major turning point for her. And then February 2027, she has the Nine of Pentacles, but for some reason, the universe is telling us to not focus on the Nine of Pentacles. So I can imagine that in next February, we might feel like she's having a good time, having some kind of luxury. Maybe you're gonna say she's always in luxury. Who cares? But anyway, the point I want to make is, um, next February probably she'll be in a situation where uh, she's having a good time, she's feeling better, and if we feel like if we are very concerned about she's having a good time, somehow it's not gonna be good for the collective. So that's what I want to say. Um, and we should be more concerned about um, the things that happen to her or she will be doing before the Nine of Pentacles energies. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so now let's talk about the Wheel of Fortune energy. I have my zodiac cards, and let's see. Okay, I've got 3 cards. Wheel of Fortune is about the second house, seventh house, third house. Second house is about money and finances, income. Seventh house is about collaborations, partnerships. Third house is about communications, short trips. And the bottom of the deck is the sixth house. So this will be about her money, finances, but second house can also be her physical well-being. Um, she will need to, at least in December this year, when the Wheel of Fortune energy kicks in, she will be very concerned about what she has: the money, her physical body, the partnership. And she has to travel a lot, not very long distance, but regularly, to see some people who are working with her. In this case, I would think this can be a health concern. This can be something routine for her to do. Okay. So for the Hermit energy, what is it about? The Hermit energy, what is it about? It's about the fifth house, the eighth house. Okay. So the fifth house is usually is about kids. It's about children, something she loves, something that is very close to her heart. The fifth house can also be risky, taking a risk to do what she loves to do. And the eighth house, bottom of the deck, the eighth house is about transformation, life or death. So this can be finances, this can be kids, um, let me try to clarify it. Okay. Kids, finances, or something else. So I have a feeling that the eighth house is about the mutual finances. There might be a financial situation. Um, fifth house is, yeah, it's about kids. Um, so she has to do something very wise about something that she loves. She has to seek for the answer about the situation. Fifth house combining with eighth house can also mean the need for her to seek for the truth about something that is hidden. Because eighth house is about something that is hidden, that is not knowledgeable. So in the next 12 months, there will be a situation where she needs to seek for the truth because she's not clear about a situation. Um, Furthermore, if this is a health matter, then the fifth house is ruled by Leo. So we can imagine probably there is a situation related to a heart condition that she has to seek medical advice. So yeah, there can be different scenarios. It can be herself, but it can also be people she cares about, who's having health issues. Um, yeah, okay. So Nine of Pentacles, what would be Nine of Pentacles? Nine of Pentacles is about partnerships, the seventh house energy. Um, and there's also the third house energy. So it's about partnership, communications, short distance travel. So there is a point where she's gonna have a lot of partnerships in her immediate surroundings, not really far from home, but close to her proximity. And interestingly, the universe is telling us not to be focusing on um, the good life she will be living uh, in next February. We should not be focusing on that. But before that, the Hermit energy. Um, yeah. So in the next, I would say in the next 11 months, we have to concern about her, her Hermit energy. Um, but then in the 12th month, we can sort of have a relief, or we or we just don't need to be too concerned about her situation anymore. Okay. So why we need to know about the hermit energy? Okay, hermit energy is about the star. Star is about healing. So let us clarify the star energy. Okay, the 12th house, the second house. Okay, so 12th house is about something hidden. It cannot be also the hospitals, large institutions. When we get sick, we have to get into a hospital to get the healing we need. And then the second house is about what we have, our income. But it can also be, the organs that we have. So there can be an overwhelming situation about what she owns, what she has, including her physical body, and it can also be finances. So it can play out differently. But I think I would say it's more like health related, because I do see the Hierophant two times in the next 12 months for her. So Hierophant is usually about doctors, um, the specialists we have to go to when we have issues. Okay, so um, this is the main Celtic spread for Melania Trump in the next 12 months. So first of all, previously there was a quick development as the eight of wands is showing us. So what is the eight of wands? It's fifth house, eighth house. So okay, so we can already know that she knew something was happening because it happened so fast for her, and that prompts her to have the hermit energy to find out what's happening. Okay, so currently Page of Pentacles is in the current position, which means that she's trying to learn about something, learn about a situation. It can also be money related. So okay, so the Page of Pentacles is about sixth house and the 11th house. Sixth house is about our routines, um, the routines that she has to deal with, and she also thinks about her future, like how she can improve her routines in the long run. So um, she's concerned about her routines because there is something that she's aware of, and she has to change. And Wheel of Fortune, we already talked about it, and it is about the major change that will be happening to her in the future. Um, so, what's the Wheel of Fortune in this case? Okay, first house, eighth house, ninth house. Okay, so um, she'll be very mobile at some point, uh, probably the end of this year. Take the initiative to deal with something secretive, something that requires privacy. And ninth house, it's interesting because I feel like ninth house is about foreign lands. Um, so first scenario is she might need to go to somewhere foreign to to cure an illness, but at the same time, second scenario is about she has to deal with something that is hidden, um, and it's sort of there is an entanglement legally because ninth house is about legal matters. So it can it can play out in a way that is simply okay, she's not feeling well and she has to go somewhere to heal, maybe foreign lands. And the second way to interpret that is she has to deal with something in a very secretive, I mean, she has to deal with secretive situations that is related to foreign lands, uh, also legal related situation. The ninth house is also about higher learning, spirituality, and what she believes in. Um, so these can be all combined together, and I think she's gonna do it in a way that fits her, uh, where she feels protected and also not being disturbed. Okay, and then Six of Pentacles and the top of this spread is about giving, is about giving assistance. Um, this can be giving to the poor. This can be charity. Let me see, Six of Pentacles. Okay, Six of Pentacles is 11th house, 4th house, and the bottom is the 5th house. So 11th house is about the future and the younger people, the mass population. The 4th house is about secure the family. Um, so when we see 11th house and 4th house, it's seems like she will be giving assistance to people who needs to secure their housing, and have a family. And the 5th house is about kids who need help. Uh, can also be her own kids. But then I feel like it's gonna be more than just her kids because of the judgment. Uh, at the root of this spread, judgment is about announcing a news to the public. And this is gonna be a huge announcement. What's about the judgment? Okay, it's about 5th house and 8th house. Okay, so 5th house is about, once again, it can be one of her kids. I apologize if I don't know how many kids she has, but I know she has kids, and the 5th house is also one of her endeavors that she loves. And at the bottom of the deck, it's 8th house. 8th house is transformation, ending. So because we do see the death card in this spread, so there will be one major transformation that will happen in her life that is related to the 5th house energy. It can be a heart, the health of her heart, the health of the heart of someone she's close to, and it can also be her kids. There will be a transformational situation that will happen to her in regards to the 5th house matter. 5th house, the Leo energy. Leo energy is also about a kingship. So we we can think about kingship. Who is in the leadership right now? This can be also her own leadership in her life. Anyway, 8 of Pentacles in the immediate future is she will be working hard on something. She has been working hard for that matter already, but then she's like on the track like 80%. What will be the 8 of Pentacles? First house, 9th house. Okay. She will be, physically very involved in dealing with this matter. And the ninth house is, first of all, it's about foreign lands. Secondly, it can be about higher education. It can be about religion, something that she deeply believes in. So far, I have a very strong feeling about her actually having a very strong spiritual side in her life, regardless of how we see her in the news or in the tabloids or whatever. Because she does show that she has deep beliefs of something, and she does follow that belief. um, yeah, that's a very strong feeling that I have for her, even though we might not know about that side of her. Probably this is why why at at the beginning of this read we're being guided to look differently about her, not simply about how she's being presented in the media. Anyway, uh, Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the spread. Knight of Pentacles, usually it's about something that is stagnated, but this person knows it has to be slow. It can't be resolved immediately, but she needs to be persistent about a situation, having a very focused goal, but not moving in a manner that is very not in a hasty manner. Knight of Pentacles is almost like not moving, but it's getting ready, but it's gonna be slow. And Knight of Pentacles can also be health related situations. So what is Knight of Pentacles? Okay, Knight of Pentacles is about the 12th house, the second house. Okay, so first of all, this can be something that has to be dealt with in a hidden manner, in a secretive manner, uh, uh, highly surveillanced situation. It can be a hospital. Um, it can be spending money for charity organizations, because 12th house can also mean charity. But I think it's more about health related situation. Okay, so the death card is about transformation, um, the complete end of something. Okay, so it's about the fourth house and the fifth house. So fourth house is about family, family, home, foundations, something she really loves. She feels very close to her heart. Um, it's ended. Somehow it's ended, and it has to be transformed, and it can also be something about her physical home. Um, it can be something related to her kids. So, Two of Wands after the Death card is she has to make a choice. She has to make a choice. She's not in a rush to make a choice though, because she does have options. And Two of Wands is about someone who has the vision about the global situation. And this actually shows us that she has way more depth than what the media is presenting her, representing her. Uh, definitely she's not only about the luxuries of life. She knows about how the world operates, and she's also very connected in the global situation. So Two of Wands is about a choice she's gonna make. So what will this be? Okay, It's about the sixth house, 11th house, fourth house. Sixth house is about the routine, the job that she does. Um, and the 11th house is about long term future. And the fourth house is about the foundation. So, part of her foundation, she will be making choices. Uh, so she's gonna launch something in a long run, but she is not in a rush to do it. Um, it can be something health related, and she knows she has to make a choice about that. So in the long run, how to stay healthy, how to stay stable. Um, yeah, it can be job related. The 11th house is also about the future generations. So at some point, she's concerned about her offsprings. So what she will be doing in order to secure them, in order to give them a good foundation in their lives. Queen of Swords at the end of this spread, it means that uh, usually it's about someone who experienced great grief in her life. Queen of Swords can also be a widow. She can be a widow. Um, this can be someone she knows, but at the same time can be um, herself. And I apologize that if this is making some people feel uncomfortable, but I hope you can understand the fact that I'm trying to channel the energy. Um, and yeah, I'm not saying anything to make anybody feel uncomfortable. I'm just saying what I interpret intuitively. So I hope you can understand. Yeah, Queen of Swords can be a widow, uh, but at the same time, she can be someone who is very experienced about the traumas in her life because she has experienced so much in her life, so that she feels like, okay, because all these matters happen, I have to act in a certain manner to to protect herself and the endeavors that she um, would like to pursue in the future. So in the next 11 months, I can imagine that she will have a very profound time in her life because of the transformational energies around her family, and also health related matters. And in the Queen of Swords card, we can also see a bird above her, above her head. There is a bird. So there is a sense of freedom in the situation because of the bird. Because bird is about freedom, is about flying away, and the bird can be represented as someone who's departing a situation. This can also be related to her own sense of freedom, because Queen of Swords is a very cautious person about her surroundings and her life in general. And part of it is because of the freedom needs of this person. Um, she knows that if she's not careful, she can lose her freedom. Yeah. For some reason, I I have to interpret the Queen of Swords energy today in this kind of manner. Usually, I don't focus on the bird above her, but this time, I think that she's kind of having a situation where she needs to deal with her freedom, and it's more like the freedom in her mind. But anyway, because of being freed from a situation, um, and needing to be free from a situation, she has to be very precise, and um, she's not going to be acting with a lot of emotions, because the nature of Queen of Swords is about, we can think that she is tunnel vision, but she has her reasons that are reasonable enough for her to act that way, um, because she has to get on with her life. She still need to live her life, um, and there is a need for us to be understanding about her situation, because everyone who has a really hard shell around them, there is always a tender side inside, within them, within us. Think about the way that we feel very guarded. There must be situations that we feel insecure, and we have to, guard ourselves towards a situation. We have our reasons to be that way. Maybe some people, they spend more time safeguarding themselves, but not everyone. But at least there is a need for us to understand the situation, when we have to safeguard ourselves, when we have been through too much. uh, it can be even feel like unbearable, so that's why we have to guard ourselves so much. I know it's kind of deep. What I'm saying is kind of deep emotionally, but okay, all I want to say is there will be something overwhelming emotionally and practically in Melania Trump's life in the next 12 months, um, and we have to be understand about that situation as a person, as a human being. Okay, now we can dive into the monthly prediction for her. March, the Three of Swords energy. So it can be significant because we talk a lot about the fifth house energy today, and the fifth house is about the Leo energy, is related to the heart, and she's not happy about her situations. She feels sad about the situation. um, and then this Three of Swords energy is about the fifth house, the eighth house. Okay, something close to her heart. She loves is already a kind of having issues this time. Um, okay, so in April, there's the moon energy. Moon energy. Moon is about nurturing, but at the same time, moon is about the unknown. Um, not very stable. Is not very stable. There is something. So the moon energy is about the sixth house and the 11th house. Sixth house is about the routines, health related situation, the future. uh, she is not going to be very certain about the future of this, heartbreaking situation. um, she's still trying to figure out uh, something that is hidden, something that she's not sure about, but definitely she knows that she has to be dealing with. So this is April. And then May, the Hierophant. As I mentioned earlier, the Hierophant can be someone very specialized in one particular field, but that can also be someone who is in their old age. So what's the Hierophant for her? Okay, the Hierophant is about the sixth house and the 11th house and the fourth house. So health, daily routines, planning for the future, and the fourth house is about the foundation, the family. She has to think about the foundation and the family, as a unit, like how she has to deal with her family. um, she might also be involved if she is very politically involved. Then she's gonna be dealing with the employment situation you know of the country, um, because the sixth house, 11th house is about future employment, and the fourth house can be homeland. um, but they can come in a combination, they can come as a combination. So somehow, perhaps the things that she'll be dealing with is very close to her heart, but somehow there is also the employment side of the situation. Okay, so June 2026 is Five of Cups, is about disappointment. Okay, the disappointment is the second house and the seventh house. Second house, it can be money and finances and the partnership, the income, the money she's making. But at the same time, as I mentioned earlier, second house is what she has. And she will be feeling the disappointment in her personal relationships, committed relationships, um, and the partnerships that she concerns about. But Five of Cups is not totally all bad, because we do see three of the cups are on the floor spilling. So those are definitely things not working out. But then there are still two cups standing. So can it be a situation where five or even more people involved, and then some people make her disappointed, but there are still two of them, or a lesser amount of them are still lesser amount of them. I don't even know what I'm saying. No, I want to say, even though the majorities of the situation is making her feel sad, but if she is wise enough, she can see the silver linings, because she does have the support. There are two cups that are still standing. If she chooses to focus more on the good things that are still working out in her life and let go of the things that are not working in her life, she can still be able to appreciate life. Okay. So, okay, July 2026, Knight of Swords. Okay, after this disappointment, she's gonna be taking actions in a very swift and focused manner. Um, she's very focused in July. Okay, third house, sixth house, 11th house. So there will be a lot of short trips, communications. Sixth house is about daily routines, her schedules. 11th house is in the future. So in July, she will know what to do. She will fight against something to slay the dragon. Um, it will be her daily routine to fight something. Um, she's gonna make a lot of short trips because of that matter. Okay, so August, four of Pentacles in August, it means stability, financial stability. The Four of Pentacles, the upside is about stability. The downside is about too concerned about money and finances. So what is the Four of Pentacles about? Okay, the first house and the ninth house. So first house is about physical body. Ninth house is about foreign lands, legal situation. So it's possible that she will be taking legal action to secure the things that she has. Um, it can be a situation that involves lawyer. So in August, we can see that she will be very um, she's not gonna take risks in August. She will be just trying to safeguard what she has after the fight. Okay, so September, the Hierophant appears again. So this can be a guru, this can be someone who is very knowledgeable, can be a doctor, can be someone in their old age. Okay, sixth house, 11th house. Okay, sixth house, 11th house, it means the routine, the health situation. Yeah, so in September she will or it can be also religion. So she will be very close to her beliefs. She might be praying a lot if that is the religious side of her. And but that can also be a doctor who's dealing with a healing situation. Um, that can be someone in their old age that she has to be very focused on. Okay, so October, Hermit energy. Okay, so Hermit energy is one of the major situation that we need to know about her in the next 12 months. So Hermit energy is about seeking the truth, being introspective about a situation. It can also be about healing. So 6th house, 11th house, again, it is about healing the routines, um, seeking the knowledge about a situation. Um, the 11th house is about the future. So she consistently need to think about the future this year. And she is very concerned about the future and she has to plan ahead of time. Even though there will be moments that in her life she has to walk on thin ice, definitely this year. Um, but I do see that she will be having her time to be introspective, to be seeking the wise knowledge in a situation. It's also about going within herself to seek for the knowledge, because in certain ways, Melania Trump is a very knowledgeable person and she's very intelligent, definitely. Um, and this year, definitely, she needs to be very wise about her decisions and to deal with the situations where she is being tested. Okay, so now let us talk about November 2026. Three of Pentacles. She's discussing about things with people she trusts. Um, First house, ninth house, 10th house. Okay. First house is about physical body. Ninth house is about long distance travel, legal matters. 10th house is about career, the destiny. So November, she will be discussing this matter with people she trusts. And I think these people are the people who will be remaining in her life at least in the upcoming 12 months, because I do feel like there are people who will be leaving her life or her circle. She will feel sad about that, but the good thing is some people who are remaining, she does trust them and she can carry out the plan with them in the long run. Because Three of Pentacles is not about something immediate, but it's about something that takes time, that takes patience, that takes diligence to accomplish. And there might be situations where she has to deal with foreign matters, foreign legal matters, foreign lands, people in foreign countries. Um, yeah. Okay. December 2026, the Wheel of Fortune. So it is another turning point for her. Eighth house, first house. Okay. Eighth house is about transformation, life or death situation. First house is about physical body, physical well-being. Um, it can also be a major change in her life in December this year. So she hits a turning point of a situation. Um, Wheel of Fortune is usually something that is fated and it feels like we are not in control of. So the end of this year, she's gonna be dealing with something that is not under her control, but she has to deal with it. She has to accept it. She has to go with the flow to change her situation, um, and to go with the flow to survive in the situation. She will be needing to be ready to change. Next January, Tower. So next January, she will be having a kind of shocking moment. But the shocking moment, I don't feel like it's totally unpredicted because of the Wheel of Fortune. Um, she can see it coming, but at the same time, it can be still kind of shocking. Okay, it's the ninth house and the 10th house. Okay, ninth house is about foreign lands, legal situations. 10th house is about her status. 10th house sometimes can also mean government and the parental figures of her life, someone who is in authority. And there can be a move to foreign lands. um, it can also be something that changes her spirituality, and and also spiritual beliefs, religious beliefs. There will be a moment that shocks her beliefs. um, and she has to let something to crumble in order to realize something. Yeah, so tower, the tower can also mean some kind of danger, unexpected danger. So she has to be very cautious if she travels out of country, especially if that's long distance. She has to be very careful about. It can be also something related to legal matters and foreign lands, somehow that shocks her. And she also has to be very careful about her physical security, physical safety, and well-being. Um, Whenever the tower happens, because it's closely associated with the planet Mars. So Mars, um, sometimes we can do something to dissipate the Mars energy if it is disruptive. And she might or might not know about that. I hope she knows how to dissipate that energy in a positive way. Sometimes in our personal lives, if we know that the Mars energy is not helping, we can work out more, um, be more physically oriented rather than just sitting at home. Because sometimes if we just sit at home, things can happen. Even though we feel like we're so tired, we don't want to go out, but then even though we don't feel good about going out, we still have to go out sometimes. Because if we don't, things just happen. Um, and it's better to take our initiative to dissipate that energy in a positive way, in a manageable way. Um, but sometimes when tower comes, there must be a moment that feels like, oh my god, things are coming down, that kind of feeling. But anyway, okay, next February, we talked about it earlier. It will be a time that she will get back some kind of luxury, some independence from a very overwhelming situation in the past couple months. Definitely, she will have some kind of good times. Um, when we see the bird in the Nine of Pentacles, that means that she can make a choice to fly away from a situation to have her freedom. But then, because of her duties oriented personality, or maybe the material security, she stays in her position. She keeps on working on what she needs to work on. But at the same time, there is a sense of needing the freedom, wanting to fly away from a situation, but she tries to be okay with the situation, even though if she can choose, probably she also want the freedom, but that's not totally the moment for freedom. She still has things that she need to do, and she can probably be free, but in a way that will compromise her integrity or her own sense of principles, her own principles. And she wants to be, to remain independent in the situation, at least financially. Hmm. So yeah, so this is actually the end of the reading. Thank you so much for being with me. Um, and just a recap, this reading is about Melania Trump, her upcoming 12-month period. I do see that she will be dealing with health situations that will be very delicate situations that she has to deal with, and she can look she can lose some people in her life, but there are still people who remain and be there for her, regardless of our political affiliations. Let's hope that we can be more wise about looking at her life, especially in the upcoming months, and not being judgmental about the physical comfort after she has done with the storms in her life. Anyway, I hope to see you soon, and no matter what, I wish you all healthy, happy. Take care. Bye bye.